Shalom. First and foremost, I'm going to say, Call Allah Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai, Ba'ashim Rachaha Kudash, and double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, who taught us this truth and rule well. And Shalom to the hopeful elect, Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai, Ba'ashim Rachaha Kudash, Barakatam. It's the brother Kazak coming back at it again with another lesson. All right, and this lesson is coming off the inspiration of this article. All right, well, Asherite woman, got grievously judged, man. Hence the title. All right, Colombian woman, age 26, killed by a boat propeller, trying to retrieve her flip-flops, so there it goes, man. Yahweh Shemi Hawashai, how, he's grievously judging, so-called black women, in grievous ways, for their wickedness. All right, the same thing is also coming down unto the Latin tribe women, who are also Hebrew Israelites, but of the northern kingdom. All right, so that's what we're starting to see now. Okay, a lot of grievous judgments happening onto so-called Latino women. All right, and I'm happy for it, man. All right, call Allah Yahweh Shemi Hawashai. All right, because there's nothing but wickedness that these women are doing, man. Okay, you got no respect, no order. All right, one of the most adulterous women in the world. All right, so guess what? Now Yahweh Shemi Hawashai is coming down with judgment, man, especially in these latter days. All right, more and more judgment is coming forth upon the world. All right, so let's get into it. All right, let's get into the article, and then we're going to bring out some scriptures. All right, so it reads, a young Colombian woman was killed by a boat propeller last month after jumping into the water to retrieve her flip-flops. All right, and now a gruesome video has emerged of her final moments. So, yeah, they even got it on recording, which we're not going to bring it out. And it's just, not proper. All right. But anyways, continuing on, and it reads, Natalia Andrea Fajardo, age 26, of Cali, all right, that's the capital of Colombia, was visiting Whitewater Beach on San Andres Island on November 27th. Right. So that's island is off the coast of Nicaragua. It's nowhere near Colombia. So she was, definitely flown out there. All right, and that's usually how it goes, with so-called Hispanic women, especially the beautiful ones. You see her right there. She's of course she's good to look upon. You know what I'm saying? She's beautiful, right? But that's usually the case with them. They get flown out, and freaked off by basically, the rich of the world. Whether it be other nations or the 2/3 of Israel. All right, it's just all out wickedness, man. And Yahweh Shemi Hawashai has had it up to here with the wickedness of Israel, period. Okay, so you're starting to see judgments coming down the line. All right, so anyways, continuing on, and it reads, all right, what does it say? All right, Fajardo accidentally left her sandals behind and jumped back into the ocean to retrieve them. Seconds later, she was accidentally struck by the boat's propellers. Hey, judgment, man. Seconds later, she thought it was a good idea in her simplicity, all right, to jump behind the boat, all right, jump back into the ocean. I assume, she jumped, literally back by the boat where, the propellers were, and that's just the scripture that's written of here in Job chapter 39 and 17, all right, where it reads, because Yahweh Shemi Hawashai hath deprived her of wisdom, neither hath he imparted to her understanding. Yeah, because if she had some understanding, she'd understand, well, I can't jump back there. The boat propellers there, I'm gonna get sliced up. Better to jump to the side and then, get the sandals. But her, her and her simplicity, all right, and her mirth, all right, guess what? She jumped to the back. She was probably drunk. Knows if they on substances. He might be on, because it's Colombia. You know what I'm saying? They might be on that, that the white stuff, so to speak. So she probably wasn't even in her right mind. But either way, it's all judgment, man. All right. Anyways, continuing on, and it reads, Fajardo accidentally left her sandals behind. I already read this part. All right. A video shared by the Archipelago Press showed people on nearby vessels screaming as Fajardo bled heavily from catastrophic injuries to her leg and lower back. Yeah. This is crazy how on one moment things could end. One moment you're having fun. All right. You're living it up, living your best life, You know, for the most part, these women got husbands. You know what I'm saying? She probably got a man at home. She got flown out. You know, no respect, no integrity. You know, I'm not saying this is her, you know, but this is what happens for the most part. You know, and then now, she, you know, 1 second you're living it up, the next second you're bleeding out. You know, you're getting sliced up all over your legs, the lower back, you know. So it's a grievous judgment, man. You know, everybody, you know, all around her and shit. You know what I'm saying? Oh my gosh, you know, and they're screaming, she's bleeding out. You know, continuing on and read, she was eventually pulled onto a jet ski and rushed to the hospital. And she's already done for, man. A statement from the State Social Enterprise Department of Hospital, San Andreas to, okay, yeah, that's miscellaneous information. All right, after extensive surgery and several blood transfusions, Fajardo was pronounced dead around 2:30 a.m. All right, so they had her there for hours, man, hours. You know, from 5:30 to 2:30 in the morning. All right, from 5:30 in the afternoon, evening. All right, 5:30 p.m. to 2:30 a.m. All right, they had her there for hours, man. You know, fighting for her life. But if the Lord sanctions it, she got to go. You know, and that's the judgment from on high. All right, the boat and its crew are now both reportedly under investigation by area authorities. You know, so hey, now they're in trouble. You know, continuing on in the reads. Let me see. News of Fajardo's horrific accident comes just a few months after Lana Batochir, a Chicago mom of two, had her feet severed by a boat propeller on Michigan. Dang. So that's another case as well. Let's see her name. All right. I think it's another Latin tribe woman. You know what I'm saying? She might be, you know, let me see. It says there she's, you know, from Chicago, but just based on her name, you know what I'm saying? She definitely, you know, might be Northern Kingdom, you know, but I can't confirm that due to the fact that, oh no, that's her right there. Yeah, no, she looked like another nation, but you know, Northern tribes kind of have those characteristics as well. All right, but anyways, you know, that's just a grievous way to go, man. You know, Yahweh Shemi Hawashai is looking down upon this creation. He's not happy with what he sees, man. All right, he's not happy with what he sees. That's pursuant to 2nd Esdras, chapter 15. Okay, so anyways, continuing on, and it reads. All right, let me see. Yeah, that's what she said right there. You know, I thought I was dying. She told reporters of her harrowing experience. I fought for my life for seconds, which felt like minutes. I began to drown. I couldn't swim. All right, so she's giving her testimony. All right, let me see. Batachir, 34, underwent the below-the-knee amputation and nerve surgery for her injuries, after which she began the grueling rehabilitation process. So she lost a leg, man. You know, now she has to live for the rest of this go around. All right, without a leg. Imagine how that's gonna factor in the time of Jacob's trouble, man. You know, continuing on, and it reads, anyone who knows me knows that I love to dance, love music. Yeah, basically Murph. You know, she lamented at the time, my life has completely changed because of one unfortunate tragedy. Right, and that's the same thing that happened, you know, with this woman, you know, Natalia. You know, she thought she was living it up. You know, she thought she was living her best life. Right? She's probably going to, you know, freak out with the dude who flew her out there. Right? You know, living in Murph. And then what happened? She got murked, man. All right? She got taken out. Okay? So let's go to the book of Hebrews, chapter 10. All right, let me see. All right, get right to the verse. All right, so the book of Hebrews, chapter 10, verse 30, and it reads, for we know him that hath said, vengeance belongeth unto me. I will recompense, saith Yahweh Shemi Hawashai. And again, Yahweh Shemi Hawashai shall judge his people. Exactly. And then this was judgment, man. All right, this was judgment. This is very common, all right, for so-called Hispanic women. And I'm not saying that they're the only ones that do it. All right, because, hey, man, so-called black women, hey, they're guilty of this too. You know, but it's very common, all right, that they be the ones to get flown out, to get freaked off, and then they get, flown back to wherever they live at. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of them, they got husbands, so the husband has to bear with that, has to basically live with that, eat that. His woman just got flown out to get railed by some rich dude. Now he gotta, take her back, because she, part of his family, whatever, and that's what it is. And ultimately, man, it's a lot of whoredom that goes on in Latin American countries. A good example of that, is basically, you go to Colombia, you go to Brazil, people go there, basically just to deal with the women, just to deal with the women, from all over the world, just to turn women out, to deal with them women. And that's, something that Yahweh Hashem Yahushai frowns upon, man. Right? That's not something that he looks and he delights in, man. Quite the contrary, all right? Because what does the scripture say on that manner itself, all right? Whores, hold on, let me see. Whores of the daughters of Zion. All right, KJV, we'll look that up right there. What does it say? Deuteronomy chapter 23, verse 17. There shall be no whore of the daughters of Israel, nor a sodomite of the sons of Israel. Right. Sodomite goes into, the whole alphabet community thing. Can't do that. That's a sin unto death. All right. And what else does it say? There shall be no whore of the daughters of Israel. Right. There shall be no whore of the daughters of Israel, man. All right. And a lot of our women have, turned themselves out. A lot of our women became whores. What is it when you get flown out somewhere? Did she get in you have the typical so-called black Latino woman. She get in contact with some rich dude that's from, I don't know, Dubai. Let's say Ishmael. Just to entertain this, right? And he having a vacation party in Fiji, and he wants to fly her out, and she's over here. She got her Instagram account. She got her ass showing on her Instagram account. On her TikTok pages, she's popular. Got all the simps, circulating around her and stuff like that, on her comments and stuff, praising her. But he goes and flies her out. What are you gonna fly out for, man? Play patty cake? You know what I'm saying? To have conversations and just sit there on pleasantness? No, man. You're flying out there to freak off on these women, man. To freak off on these so-called black Latina and Native American women, man. That's just what it is. All right. And this is something, and in essence, they made whores out of our daughters, man. Even the 2/3, man. Even the 2/3 of Israel, man, that they got, a lot of money. You know what I'm saying? That go out there to vacations and, they fly women out. They freak off on them. Yeah, they guilty of this too, man. Celebrities, the list goes on. All right. And this is something that the Heavenly Father does not delight in at all, man. The rampant adultery, the rampant whoredom, and the fornication. You know what I'm saying? Because sex is supposed to be marriage. Sex is what constitutes and basically establishes the marriage. That's the marriage. It's not the ceremony. It's the act itself. That's the marriage. So here it is. Women is going around getting, our women going around getting popped left and right. So hey, now Yahweh Shai is bringing down judgment, man. Grievous judgment. Getting sliced up by a boat propeller, man. Here it is. She's trying to get her flip-flop back. You know what I'm saying? She thought it was a good idea to jump in the back of the yacht. She got sliced up, man. Let's go back to this, Hebrews chapter 10 and 30. All right, and it reads, Salakia, verse 31. All right, we're going to end it off with this. It reads, it is a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the living power. Yeah, that's what it is, man. A fearful thing to fall into the hands of the living power. Yeah, because that's exactly what happened right there. 1 second, you're having fun. The next second, you're getting sliced up. Then the next few hours, you're in pain, fighting for your life, bleeding out in the hospital, and you perish. So, hey, Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. It's going to be titled Judgment on Asher. All right. something along the lines of that, or just, whoredom of women, who knows, whatever the spirit, moves me to title the lesson as. All right, but with that, I'm going to say, Call Halal Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai, Ba'ashim Rachaha Kudash, for giving me the spirit to do this lesson. Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. With that, I'm going to say, Shalom, on to the next.